All right, sorry everybody. My video camera battery went dead. Anyway, where were we? Yes, in the catacombs. Okay, so we're facing a horde of rats for our first catacombs card, and it says you are overwhelmed by a horde of verminous rats. Test armor. If you fail, suffer 4 wounds. Yay. Okay, so fortunately my armor is high. I have a 9 armor on our hero, Hugo the Glorious. Here we go. 10. Yeah, we fail. And we don't have any chits to cheat our fortune, so it looks like we take 4 wounds. Uh, that's wonderful. All right, so we're taking 4 more wounds. We're going to take a 5. So now we're up to 10 wounds. Oh, that's just terrible. Wait, 10 wounds? No, 4 wounds. We have 4 wounds. I think I accidentally dropped a wound token on my card here. Anyway, 4 wounds. We're down a quarter of our health. All right. Okay, so this is one of our catacomb cards, and now we must draw another. We advance the time clock. And while we're in the catacombs, what happens? Skeleton volley. Skeleton volley. What? A group of skeleton launches a volley of arrows down the hall towards you. Test luck. Great, because my luck is bad. If you fail, draw 2 monster cards and suffer a number of wounds equal to the sum of the escape penalties on both cards. Then, discard the cards. All right. Drawing 2 monster cards. We have a skeleton whose escape value is 2, and a sorcerer whose escape value is 3, equaling 5 wounds. Great. Okay, so that'd be 5 wounds we're facing if we fail our luck, which we did, because our luck is 4, and we just rolled an 11. Yay. Okay, that's another catacombs card going into our little bin of catacombs cards, and it looks like we now have 5 hit points. Okay, so that's a total of 9. We have 7 left. Again, this is a brutal game. We advance the time track by 1. We take yet another catacombs marker. And we have found a loot card, a treasure chest. When we exit Dragon Fire Dungeon, roll 2 dice. The chest has a gold value equal to the result multiplied by 100. That could be quite valuable. And if we were playing a multiplayer game, I might be even tempted to try. Well, I don't know if I would try to get out. But before it goes into our loot pile, it goes into our catacombs pile because it's tracking how far we're going to be moving. And I don't know why I'm trying to roll dice, because right now we're just drawing catacombs cards. We advance the time track by 1. And we have found a gigantic diamond, which is a loot of... See what I mean? It's like there's a ton of really terrible things that happen in here. But there's also a ton of really great ones. And this is 4,000 gold for the giant diamond. I don't know if you can see that. 4,000 gold for the giant diamond. All right, time tracker by 1. And now we draw yet another card. And this is, hey, guess what? We found the exit. You have found the way out. You may immediately exit the catacombs, which we're going to do. So, what do? We have 5 catacombs cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We now take our character and move him 5 spaces in the direction he's pointing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are kind of faint, so hard to see. Now, we're going to take our loot cards out and put them in our stash because we no longer need these catacombs cards, which we'll discard. And now we turn our hero 90 degrees. I'm going to elect to go this way towards the treasure chest, and we roll 1 dice to see how far we'll be going. And of course 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is where we pop out. And what we do is we reach into the bag and draw out another random tile. And we're going to put the white arrow to where we came from. And it looks like we're in a dead end. Our luck. So here we're at. We put our little dude here. Donk. Now we can search here. But as soon as we pop in, there's a dungeon event that happens. So we're going to, are we still on camera way over there? No, we are not. Boom. All right, now we are on camera, and we are drawing a dungeon card. Let's see what we get. We got the Crypt. You may explore the Crypt for treasure. If you choose to do so, draw one Crypt card. Well, since this is a dead end, and we're going to have to go back into the catacombs because, oh, when we pop out, I forget, we do put a catacomb exit or enter marker here, indicating this is a way in and out. This is how we got in this room. Okay, so yes, we are going to opt to explore the Crypt, and we're going to draw a Crypt card. Ooh, Crypt card. Oh, another this is an unstable potion. Oh, this is the same as the last one. I must have shuffled these really, really well. Regardless, we got another unstable potion. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to have to enter the Crypt again because there are no ways out of here. Okay. Oh, you know what we could do? This little icon here says we could search. I think we're going to spend one more turn searching in here. And how we do that is we take a search icon to indicate that we've searched. And any room can only be searched once. And then we're going to draw a search card. And our search card says we have found 10 gold. All right. So we're amassing quite a nice little fortune here. And let's see, we can take this Crypt card and put it over in the Crypt card discard pile. And now we have to advance the time track and re-enter the catacombs. Boom. Boom. We're going to head down this way. Dink. Let's see what happens in the catacombs, shall we? Oh, we re-entered. Oh, first thing is spider's venom. We're bitten by a spider while we're in the catacombs. So the entire time we're in here, we have to roll a dice, and at the start of our status phase. And on a 1 or 2, we suffer a wound, and the rest of the time, nothing happens. So there's our status card. All right, advance the time by 1. It is now the start of the new phase, which we have to resolve our status. And on a 6, nothing happens, so that's good. So we continue on as normally. We pick yet another, what is this? Oh yeah, catacombs card. And the room is empty. Nothing happens. Okay, that's 2 on our track. We advance in the catacombs. We found the exit. Okay, so we found the exit right away. Boom. Oh, wait. Oh, empty. Okay, exit. So 3 in this direction. 1, 2, 3. Now we want to face back towards the treasure room and resolve our 1 dice of. Well, I always roll 6s when I don't need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're over here. We randomly draw and place a tile, which is kind of cool because it's going to be a 4-way stop. Boink. And while we're in there, we are going to draw 3 more tiles because there's 3 more hallways connecting to this that we can see out of. And our first random tile is here. Well, actually, there's 4. Second is here. Third goes here. Oh, okay. This is never good. This doesn't mean buried treasure. That means very bad things happen, and I'll tell you what each room means after I get done placing. Okay. So these are unremarkable, meaning when we move into them, they're just going to be a dungeon card, and there's an exit out. This one happens to have 3 doors. This one has a door and 2 hallways. This one has a door and 3 hallways. This, however, is a special card. That is the trap chamber. Again, nothing good ever happened to a trap. And when we enter that, we would draw and resolve a trap card. Okay, but back to the square we're in. As we noted, there is a dungeon card icon on it. So we're going to draw a dungeon card. And in this case, we have the Curse of the Wizard. Oh, let's get rid of these. And do we have any loot? No loot cards. Okay, so those were our catacombs cards. And this is the Curse of the Wizard. Roll 1 dice and rotate all corridors in the following direction. All corridors? Oh, wow. Okay. 1 and 2 is 90 degrees clockwise, 3 or 4 is 180, and 5, 6 is 90 degrees counterclockwise. So that's the wizard's curse. This might take a while. Okay, here we go. What is this on the board? Okay. All right. So all corridors. Okay. So let's see. A corridor is a room like this, right here. Ink. Boom. Without anything in it that's remarkable. All right. So we're going to rotate this one 90 degrees to the right, or in other words, clockwise. Ink, ink. All right. Where's another corridor? Corridor. I think that's all of them. Let me make sure. Corridors are they just any? Okay, time out for a quick look here. Okay, those are rooms. Yes. Okay, so corridors are things that are not rooms, meaning hallways. Okay, good. So there was one hallway there. Let's double check. These all have rooms. Room. That's a room. This is a trap. I guess it qualifies. There's nothing else in it. This would qualify as a corridor, but rotating it really does nothing since it's a four-way corridor. Do room. Okay, we're done. Oh, well, it wasn't so bad, actually. Okay, so that was a dungeon result. All right, we advance the counter by 1. Ooh. Okay, obviously we're going to want to go this way, but there's a gate there. That's a gate. So in order to get through the gate, we're going to have to test our strength. Now, fortunately, our strength is 7. So we need to roll a 7 or under on 2 dice. And for us, this should be no big deal. Of course, we roll an 8. Well, since we failed, we do get one of these really cool chits that indicate we have failed and our turn's over. Okay, now, didn't we have a status of some kind somewhere? No. Okay. We're going to advance by 1, and now we have to try to open the gate again on a strength checker 7 and get a 12. Okay. I guess that's another chit. Okay, time is ticking. Bonk. Now, you resolve this only once, I believe, while you're in it. I believe. It could be wrong, but we're going to play it that way. 6. We've made it. And we're going to enter this new room and then resolve yet another dungeon. Card in this one says ambushed. We've been ambushed by monsters. So what we do is we draw a monster card. And finally, I'm going to show you how combat works. Bonk. We're facing a demon. The demon has a escape value of 3 and a health value of 6. Now, there's a chintzy way to do solo combat when you're playing one-player game, and that involves rolling 1 dice. And on a result of 1 or 2, the hero takes a point of damage, or 2 points of damage. On a 3 or 4, the monster and the hero each take a point of damage. On a 5, the bad guy takes 1 point. On a 6, he takes 2. That's kind of anticlimactic and doesn't really show how the combat's supposed to work, so we're going to skip that and do it as if we're playing against other people. So let me bring you over here. Now, here are my cards. So I have a choice of doing a rock, paper, scissors kind of combat. So I can either elect to do ranged, melee, or magic, and it really has no impact on what my card says at this point, because I don't have anything that affects it other than my innate ability says that if the monster and I choose the same type of card, meaning if he chooses magic and I choose magic, then we disregard the normal way of doing combat, and the monster automatically takes a wound and I suffer none, regardless of what the card says. So we have that going for us. The monster will then choose a card, and we're going to do that randomly by letting this be on a dice roll, on a d6 roll. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically a d3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will be his result. We compare it to our results, and then this little table will tell you who takes damage and how much. Okay, so put the camera back. Boop, boop, boop. I am going to select for our demon here. I think I'm going to try to do, for whatever reason, melee. And we're going to roll a dice. And he gets a 6, meaning he also does melee. So instead of resolving these cards and seeing who takes damage, since I have that ability that says if we choose the same combat result, he takes 1 and I take nothing, we're going to give him a wound. So he now has 5. And this is a pretty tough creature. Okay, and we continue doing combat during this turn until it's resolved, or I elect to run away. So, we're going to do it again. I am going to again choose melee, and he is going to again get a melee, which means he'll take 1 more point of damage. I take nothing. So far I'm doing really well. And while we're at it, I'm going to again choose melee, and he's going to choose melee again. Wow. Okay, so that's 3 on him, none on me. I'm going to break with tradition, and I'm going to go with a ranged. Now, I've chosen ranged. He will choose, guess what? A 1-2 ranged. So he is going to take yet 1 more point of damage, leaving him with 2 left. I'm going to stick with ranged, just for the sake of brevity. And again, we know what that result's going to mean, that he now has 5 with 1 left. And I'm going to stick with range, and he is going to get a 4, which is magic. Now, finally, I chose range, and it says right here the monster card is magic. So we're going to look down here and say, I suffer a wound. He suffers none. And if you look on his card, since he's picked magic, it says what the hero picked, and I picked range, and he suffers 0. So he suffers 0 wounds, and I suffer a wound that time. Ouch. This brings me up to a grand total of 10. So we have 6 hit points left. All right. I'm going to stick with ranged, and actually, I am going to go. His middle is magic. We're going to see what he rolls. He rolls ranged, so the monster rolled ranged. I take no damage. He has ranged. I did magic. He takes a damage on his card, killing him. He is dead. We have won. Dun, dun, dun. Victorious. Thrilling combat. Dun, 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 dun. And he goes in here, and our little hero card goes back over here. Victorious. Okay, we are now going to bonk. Move over here. And there is a, I believe, nope, never mind. We are going to search one more time, and we're going to pick up a search card. What I was thinking is that there was a monster icon that was dropped there because we beat a monster, meaning that if there's a monster there, icon there, that you would engage that monster. But I don't think that's how it works. But we found a secret door. You may immediately move to any adjacent space. If the space is unexplored, place a chamber tile as normal. If you encounter a monster, you cannot escape. Oh, we are absolutely going to move to this adjacent space. Does it say ignoring doors? Immediately move to any adjacent. I guess it, because it's a secret door, right? That makes sense to me. And here is our new secret door. Bonk. We're going to discard our search icon. We are then going to illuminate via our torch. We don't have to illuminate here because here's the treasure chest. But we do have to illuminate this. Boink. Which ends up being another room. Our turn ends since we did a search action, and we progress by 1, and now we're going to enter the Dragon's Lair, so to speak. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, so upon entering, the player immediately draws a dragon card. Now let's see what the dragon is doing. Ho ho ho, we're lucky. Can you see that? The dragon is sound asleep, just like the movie The Hobbit. Smaug is resting on his pile of treasure. Draw 2 treasure cards. On your next turn, you may either exit the treasure chamber or stay and draw another dragon card. Well, we are absolutely going to grab our 2 treasure cards. 1, our first treasure card says we found a lodestone. And the lodestone is basically a heavy item with 1 gold. Wah, wah. But it does count as a loot. And we have found a jeweled, what's that? Chakra? Cool. Worth 350 gold. Awesome. Okay. Our turn ends. Now, there's a phase that happens because it says when you're in the treasure chamber, each time a player enters the treasure chamber, he draws a dragon card. Well, we've already done that. Now, each time a player begins his turn in the treasure chamber, he may either move as normal or draw a dragon card. Okay, so we're going to elect to move as normal and to get out of dodge. Bonk, we're back in here. But we do have to resolve, and I think this is how it works actually, is every time you move into one with a thing, you do it. And I've been doing it wrong, but now we're doing it right. And that's all that matters. Razor wing attack. Roll 1 die and suffer a number of wounds equal to the result. Oh, that doesn't give us an option. Our armor, so 5. We have 1 hit point left, folks. 1 hit point. We advance the marker by 1. Oh, we should have done that before, and now we're going to do it again because now it's the next turn. And we got to get out of this dungeon because time is running out. We're going to run into here. What happens in here? If I can get the card. Hidden trap. Draw a trap card. Oh, this could be bad. Trap card says, boom. It's the ceiling collapses. The ceiling gives way. Some paths are blocked by debris while new paths are revealed. Rotate the chamber we're in by 90 degrees. Oh, that could be bad. Let me look at the room. Okay, 90 degrees. Now, did it say 90 degrees clock? Yes, clockwise. Boom. So now there's a door and a gate, but we got to get through there. But luckily, no, not luckily. I thought we had a rune. Oh, we do, because his ability means that I've forgotten this entire time is every time he defeats a monster, he gets to draw a rune card, and we've defeated a monster, so he gets to draw a rune card. Sorry for rewinding, kind of. And his rune is a life drain, which is great. And so now we have to test here and there. So we can open this door and then walk through. Okay, so first we got to open the door. And we're going to open the door by taking a door deck card. And the door says the door opens, move into the adjacent chamber. Okay, so we can do that. But yet we still have a gate. And we've opened the door and found a gate. And now we have to test our strength, which is 7. But luckily we have a chit, 2. But we rolled a 6 and don't need it. And we opened it and moved in here freely. Oh, this is good. Good for us. Now we have to resolve yet another door, which says it's empty. Oh, thank God. Oops. Okay, door room. Dink. And dungeon room. Okay. Now we can move into here. Are we going to move into here? Yes, we're going to trigger a trap. Okay. We advance by 1 before we do it, and then we trigger trap. Okay, the trap is poisonous gas. Roll 1 die, subtract 3 from the result, and suffer that many wounds. Then roll 1 die, subtract 3 from that result, and lose that many turns. Ugh. Traps are not nice because we have 1 wound left, folks. 1 wound left. Now, we do have this. No, the chits are only for ability tests. So basically, this is going to be, we have to roll under, we have to roll a 3 or under, because we roll 1 die, subtract 3 from that result. Okay, so anything above a 3 kills us. A 6. So we have died here within the dungeon and have not made it out alive. So, what are our final thoughts about Dungeon Quest? Well, it's a way to kill some time if you do it solo, but the game really shines when you're playing against a few other people. As you can see, the only real achievement by playing it solo is to beat the dungeon and to get out, which is hard to do. And had we gotten out, we would have collected all of our treasure, plus by rolling the 2 dice for our treasure chest, or yeah, we would have collected an additional 800 gold to add to our total, and we would have had a lot of things to do. Oh, I had unstable potions, which I forgot to drink. See? Of course. Anyway, hope you get a gist on how the game is played. It's actually a very fun game to play multiplayer, a very competitive game. It's not really a game. Well, I guess you can kind of play it as like the screw your buddy game by going through and searching and finding monsters and then fleeing and taking the damage and leaving that monster, which is marked by a monster icon, in that room to be dealt with. Regardless, as you can see, it is a very, very difficult game to beat, and I guess the thing that you do by playing it solo is being able to rest assured in your accomplishment that you have defeated the game and chalk that up for whatever it's worth to you. I enjoy playing this multiplayer. Solo player, it's kind of fun. I won't lie, but not great. It's reminiscent of the books where you read a chapter and then make a selection and go on to whatever page it tells you to go on to and continue your adventure that way. There's not a lot of anything in here that's going to test your logic. And even when you play it multiplayer, it's basically a race to the middle to try to get some loot or to be the first one out and push the time clock forward. You still get to play the monster whether you die, meaning you get to elect the monster cards against your opponent, and so you're not totally cut out of the game. But all in all, it's an actual enjoyable way to get rid of 30 to 60 minutes in an enjoyable fashion. Again, the games actually are kind of quick, especially once everybody knows how to play. You can get through a game within an hour with 4 people because everyone's taking a turn in advancing the time track. So, well, actually, that's a lie. When the first player is activated, then the time track is moved. So if you got 4 players go, and then the time track is moved. But the way people die, as quickly as people die, those who are electing to get in, cash out and get out early. It's all, I guess that's a tactic and a strategy in and of itself. But regardless, it's a fun little game. It's not that expensive, $59, like I said, at retail. And it's currently being produced by Fantasy Flight in its revised edition. The quality of the game, again, quite nice. Cards are thick and sturdy. Pieces are very skillfully modeled, as you can see. Let me get a really good close-up here of my hand. Anyway, so if you enjoy this kind of concept, or you have a group of friends that you enjoy playing competitive games with, I highly recommend this. It is a good little time killer, like I said, and instead of rambling on forever and ever, I'm just going to give it a thumbs up and call it good, and I will see you next time.